Sam Miller was excited for his junior year at Pine Ridge High School. New classes, same friends, and the usual high school life in his small Ohio town. What he never expected was his school joining something called the Interstellar Cultural Exchange Program. On the first day of physics class, Principal Wilson opened the door. Behind him stood Zrix, a being unlike anything Sam had ever seen. Zrix was tall, nearly 7 feet, with blue-green skin that seemed to shimmer. The alien had 4 eyes and moved with strange grace as it entered the room. Everyone stared with open mouths. No one made a sound. Then Zrix walked in, looked around the room, and stopped cold when its eyes found Sam. "You," Zrix said in a voice that sounded like quiet bells. "Your body gives off a scent I know. Have we met before?" Sam felt his face turn red as every student turned to look at him. "No," he said, "I don't think so." Mrs. Bell, the physics teacher, cleared her throat. "Class, Zrix comes from a planet called Luria. The exchange program helps us learn about each other's worlds. Please make our guest feel welcome." Class went on, but Sam could feel Zrix watching him. When the bell rang, Sam hurried out, hoping to avoid more attention. "Hey, alien boy," called his friend Kate Young, catching up to him in the hall. "What was that about? That thing totally singled you out." "I have no idea," Sam said. "And don't call Zrix a thing. That's rude." By lunch, rumors were everywhere. Some kids said Sam must be part alien himself. Others thought his parents worked on secret space projects. Kate just found it funny. "Maybe you use some weird soap that smells like its home planet," she joked as they sat eating lunch. Just then, Zrix appeared at their table, tray in hand. "May I join you?" Before Sam could answer, Kate moved over. "Sure. Tell us why you're so interested in Sam." Zrix sat down carefully. "Humans each have a unique chemical signature. Sam's contains markers that my people recognize as friendly. It is very rare." "So I smell good to aliens?" Sam asked. "In simple terms, yes," Zrix replied. "On my world, such compatibility means a natural alliance. It is why I was surprised." After school, Zrix waited for Sam by the bike rack. "The other students avoid me," Zrix said. "Is it because I look different?" Sam nodded. "People fear what they don't understand. Give them time." "You are not afraid," Zrix noted. "I guess not," Sam said. "Want to come over and study? Physics is my worst subject." "I would like that," Zrix said. "On Luria, I specialized in physical sciences." As they walked to Sam's house, he noticed a black car following slowly behind them. When he turned to look, it drove away quickly. That night, Sam had strange dreams of stars he didn't recognize and worlds he'd never seen. He woke up wondering why Zrix really came to Earth, and why, of all people, the alien had connected with him. What Sam didn't know was that thousands of miles away, in a secret government facility, people were looking at his picture on a screen. "Are you sure he's the one?" asked a woman in a lab coat. "Positive," said a man in a dark suit. "After 30 years, we finally found what that crash site was looking for. Now we move to Phase 2. 3 weeks passed since Zrix arrived at Pine Ridge High. Sam and the alien were now friends. Most students still kept their distance from Zrix, but Sam helped the alien understand human ways. In return, Zrix helped Sam with his physics homework. "I still don't understand your school groups," Zrix said as they walked through the lunchroom. "On Luria, we connect based on natural compatibility, not these popular and unpopular labels." Sam laughed. "High school makes no sense to humans either." Suddenly, Greg Porter, the football team captain, bumped hard into Zrix, knocking the alien's special lunch to the floor. "Watch where you're going, space freak," Greg said with a mean smile. Zrix's skin changed from its normal blue-green to a dark gray color. Sam had learned this meant the alien felt upset or scared. "Leave Zrix alone, Greg," Sam said, stepping forward. "What are you going to do about it, Miller?" Greg asked, pushing Sam backward. "He's not going to do anything," came Kate's voice as she stepped between them. "But I will call your coach right now and tell him you're picking fights again. Want to be benched for Friday's game?" Greg's face turned red. He mumbled something and walked away. "Thanks," Sam said to Kate. "No problem," she replied. "Someone has to keep you two out of trouble." Sam noticed Zrix staring at Kate with all four eyes wide open. The alien skin had changed to a bright purple color he'd never seen before. "Are you okay?" Sam asked as they left the cafeteria. "I am." Surprised, Zrix said, "Kate has the same chemical markers as you. Two humans with Lurian compatibility patterns in one small school. The odds are extremely low." "What does that mean?" Kate asked. "I don't know," Zrix admitted, "but it cannot be chance." That night, Sam couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about what Zrix had said. How could he and Kate both have some special chemical makeup that aliens recognized? They weren't related. They had nothing in common except growing up in the same town. His phone buzzed with a text from Kate. "Can't sleep. Having weird dreams about stars. You too." Before he could answer, all the lights in his house went out. A power outage. Sam went to the window and noticed the whole neighborhood was dark. In the distance, strange lights moved across the sky. His phone rang. It was Kate. "Are you seeing this?" she asked. "Those lights aren't airplanes." "I see them," Sam said. "This is the second blackout this week." "Third, actually," Kate corrected him. "And I think I found something. My mom used to be a reporter before she opened her bookstore. I was looking through her old files and found something called Project Stardust from the 1990s. "What's that?" "Something about a crash near our town 30 years ago." "Not a plane crash. Something else." Kate paused. "And get this, both our parents' names are in the files." Sam felt cold suddenly. What were our parents doing in a government file about a crash? "I don't know yet," Kate said, "but Zrix might. Meet me at the old water tower tomorrow after school. Don't tell anyone. I think we're being watched." After they hung up, Sam noticed the black car was back, parked down the street, its headlights off. The old water tower stood at the edge of town, rusty and forgotten. Sam arrived first, looking over his shoulder several times to make sure no one followed him. He spotted Kate walking up the dirt path, with Zrix moving carefully behind her. "I think we're safe here," Kate said when they reached Sam. She pulled a folder from her backpack. "No one comes here anymore." "What did you find?" Sam asked. Kate spread several yellowed newspaper clippings and papers on the ground. "These are from my mom's old investigation files. She never published this story." Zrix bent down, all four eyes focusing on the papers. "This is concerning." The biggest headline read, "Military denies unusual activity near Pine County." Another showed a photo of a blocked-off forest area with soldiers standing guard. "My mom wrote notes about something called Project Stardust," Kate explained. "The military claimed it was a crashed weather balloon, but her sources said it was something else." "A spacecraft," Zrix said quietly. "A Lurian scout vessel." Sam picked up a paper with a list of names. "Look, Miller and Young are both on this list. Our parents were part of a research team." "The timing matches," Kate added. 30 years ago, before we were born." Zrix's skin changed to a deep blue color. "This explains much. The scout vessel that crashed here was sent to study humans, to determine if your species was ready for contact. The pilot must have released a biological marker before dying." "A what?" Sam asked. "A special compound that changes human DNA slightly," Zrix explained. "It is harmless but creates the chemical signature I recognized in both of you. It marks humans who can be trusted with Lurian knowledge." "So our parents were changed by this alien stuff, and then they had us, and we got it too." Kate looked shocked. "Yes," Zrix said. "And now I understand why I was chosen for this exchange program. I was sent to find the marked ones." Sam felt dizzy. "Why? What's so important about us? Before Zrix could answer, they heard a car engine. Looking down from the water tower hill, they saw two black SUVs parking on the road below. We need to leave, Zrix said urgently, skin turning gray with fear. Those vehicles have been following me since I arrived on Earth. They ran down the backside of the hill toward the woods. Sam looked back to see men in dark suits getting out of the cars. My host family's house is nearby, Zrix said. We can go there. Once safely inside, Zrix's host mother, Mrs. Garcia, brought them drinks while they talked in the basement. If what you say is true, Sam said, then whoever is in those black cars knows about this alien marker in our blood. Yes, Zrix agreed. And they must know that when three marked ones come together, two humans and one Lurian, something important happens. What happens? Kate asked. Zrix's four eyes blinked in sequence. According to our oldest records, it activates a message hidden by my people on your planet thousands of years ago. A message about what? Sam asked. I do not know, Zrix admitted. That knowledge was lost over time. But whatever it is, these humans in black cars are willing to do anything to find it first. That night, Sam's house lost power again. Standing in his dark room, he saw strange lights in the sky once more. This time, they seemed to be forming a pattern, like a map pointing to somewhere he needed to go. The Pine Ridge High School field trip to the new Space Science Center should have been fun. Instead, Sam felt nervous as he boarded the yellow school bus. He had seen the black car drive past his house 3 more times that week. Did you see those men in suits by the entrance? Kate whispered as they walked through the center's main doors. I think they're watching us. Sam nodded. Zrix walked beside them, skin slightly paler than normal. The star map in your exhibit has 7 major errors, Zrix said quietly to Sam as they passed a large display of the solar system. Maybe focus less on bad astronomy and more on not looking like aliens, Kate said. We need to blend in with the class. Their science teacher, Mr. Bryant, led them through exhibits about planets and space exploration. Sam tried to act normal, but he kept noticing men in dark suits watching them from different parts of the building. As the class headed toward the planetarium show, a woman in a Space Center uniform approached them. Excuse me, she said with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. You 3 have been selected for a special behind-the-scenes tour of our research area. Before they could answer, 2 men in suits appeared behind her. It's a wonderful opportunity, one man said. Please come with us now. Zrix's skin turned dark gray. Sam knew this meant danger. We should stay with our class, Sam said, looking for Mr. Bryant, but the teacher had already led the others into the planetarium. This isn't optional, the second man said, his hand moving inside his jacket. Sam grabbed a fire alarm on the wall and pulled it. Immediately, loud bells rang throughout the building. Run, Kate shouted. As people began moving toward exits, the 3 friends pushed through the crowd. Zrix led them down a service hallway. How do you know where to go? Sam asked as they ran. I memorized the building layout when we entered, Zrix said. Standard Lurian practice in new places. They found an emergency exit that took them to the parking lot. Running between buses, they made it back to their school bus just as students were returning because of the false alarm. That was close, Kate said, trying to catch her breath as they sat in the back of the bus. Those people were not regular security, Zrix said. They knew exactly who to look for. My parents have been acting strange, Sam admitted. Last night I heard them arguing about whether to tell me the truth before it's too late. Mine too, Kate said. My mom nearly cried when I left for school today. When the bus returned to school, Principal Wilson was waiting with 2 police officers. Who pulled the fire alarm? He demanded. The Space Center has security footage of someone from our school. No one spoke up. Sam felt sweat on his forehead. After school, Sam walked home quickly. He needed to talk to his parents about Project Stardust. But when he turned onto his street, he stopped. 3 black SUVs were parked outside his house. Men in suits were escorting his parents into one of the vehicles. Sam ducked behind a neighbor's fence and called Kate. "They're taking my parents away," he whispered. "I don't know what to do." "Come to my house," Kate said. "My mom just called and told me to pack a bag. She said we need to leave town tonight." "Why?" "She wouldn't say on the phone, but she mentioned they found the signal and said we're out of time." As Sam snuck away from his street, the strange lights appeared in the sky again. This time, they formed a clear arrow pointing west, toward the old forest where something had crashed 30 years ago. Sam arrived at Kate's house out of breath. He had run most of the way, staying off main roads to avoid being seen. Kate opened the door before he could knock. "Quick, come inside," she said, pulling him in. Her face was pale with worry. In the living room, Sam was surprised to find not only Kate's mother but his parents too. They sat with serious faces around a coffee table covered with old files and strange-looking devices. "Mom, Dad, I thought they took you away." Sam rushed to hug his parents. "We saw them coming and slipped out the back door," his father explained. "Kate's mom has been our emergency contact for years." Zrick sat quietly in the corner, skin shifting between colors as the alien listened. "It's time you kids knew everything," Sam's mother said. "We hoped this day would never come, but we always prepared for it." Kate's mom nodded. 30 years ago, your father and I were graduate students working on a government research project. Sam's parents were scientists there too." "Project Stardust," Kate said. "Yes," Sam's father continued. "The official story was that we were studying meteorite impacts. The truth was that a small spacecraft had crashed in the forest, not from our world." "A Lurian scout ship," Zrix added, "sent to assess Earth's readiness for contact. We were the first scientists to reach the pilot before the military took over," Kate's mom explained. "He was dying, but he did something to us. A light scanned our bodies, and he spoke in broken English about a gift and trusted ones." Sam's mother pulled out an old journal. "We didn't understand then, but the pilot altered our DNA. Not in a harmful way, but enough to pass certain markers to our children." "To us," Sam said, looking at Kate. "Yes," his father replied. "The government scientists called it the Stardust Protocol. They studied us for years before deciding we weren't a threat and letting us go. But they always watched from a distance." "So who are the men in black cars?" Kate asked. "A private organization called the Earth Protection League," Kate's mom answered. "They broke away from the government program years ago. They believe all alien contact threatens humanity and should be prevented at any cost." "Why are they after us now?" Sam asked. Zrick stood up, skin now a bright blue. "Because of me. My arrival activated something dormant in you both. The Lurian Council sent me here after detecting a signal from this area. A signal only I could confirm." Sam's father nodded. 3 days ago, something happened in the old crash site. A structure appeared from underground, something that wasn't there before. "The beacon," Zrick said. "Left by my people thousands of years ago, waiting for the right time. It needs 3 keys to activate fully. 2 marked humans and 1 Lurian. That's why they want us," Kate realized. "To open whatever this beacon thing is. Or to stop it from being opened," her mother added grimly. Sam's father checked his watch. "We need to move now. Our contacts say the EPL is planning to secure the crash site tonight and destroy the beacon." "Where are we going?" Sam asked. "To the place where it all started," his mother said. "It's the only way to finish this." As they packed supplies into 2 cars, Sam stared at the night sky. The lights had formed a complete map now, showing a path through the forest to a place he somehow recognized despite never having been there. "Are you scared?" Kate asked, standing beside him. "Yes," Sam admitted, "but also excited. Like I've been waiting for this my whole life without knowing it." Zrix joined them, looking up at the lights. "On my world, we have a saying. Truth finds those prepared to hear it. You were both born ready for this moment. As they drove away from town, Sam wondered what waited for them in the forest, and if their lives would ever be normal again. The two cars moved slowly through the dark forest. They had turned off their headlights a mile back, using only moonlight to find the old dirt road. Sam's father stopped the car and signaled to Kate's mother in the vehicle behind them. "We walk from here," he whispered when everyone gathered. "The site is half a mile ahead." Sam could feel something pulling him forward, like a strange hunger. From Kate's face, he could tell she felt it too. Zrix's skin glowed faintly in the darkness, casting just enough light for them to see the path. "The beacon is calling to you," Zrix explained quietly. "The Lyrian markers in your blood respond to its energy." They moved carefully through the trees. Sam's mother led the way, checking the small device that beeped softly. "EPL agents are near," she warned. "Stay low." After 20 minutes of slow walking, they reached a clearing. Sam gasped at what he saw. In the center stood a tall structure like a crystal tower, glowing with soft blue light. It hadn't been there 30 years ago. Now it rose nearly 30 feet high, partly transparent, showing complex machinery inside. "The beacon revealed itself," Zrix said with awe, "just as our ancient texts described." "And right on time," said a voice from the trees. Flashlights suddenly lit up all around them. Men in black tactical gear emerged, guns pointed at the group. A tall man with gray hair stepped forward. "Dr. Miller, Dr. Young," he said with a cold smile. "It's been years. And you brought the children. How convenient." "Director Ward," Sam's father said. "This isn't what you think." "No," Ward replied. "I think it's exactly what we feared since that ship crashed. The beginning of an alien invasion." "Lyrians are peaceful," Zrix protested. "The beacon is not a weapon." "Then what is it?" Ward demanded. Before anyone could answer, the crystal tower pulsed with bright light. A beam shot up into the night sky, creating the circle of light above the clearing. "It's starting," Kate whispered to Sam. "Can you feel it?" Sam nodded. His skin tingled with energy. He could sense the tower calling to him, showing him images in his mind of what to do next. "Stop them," Ward shouted to his men. "Don't let them near the tower." 2 agents grabbed Sam's parents, while others moved toward the kids. "Run to the tower," Sam's mother yelled. "It will protect you." Sam grabbed Kate's hand. Together with Zrix, they sprinted toward the glowing structure. Bullets hit the ground near their feet, but a strange force seemed to push the shots away from them. As they reached the tower, a door appeared in its smooth surface. They rushed inside to find a small chamber with 3 hand-shaped marks on a central column. "Place your hands there," Zrix said, moving to one mark. "Quickly." Sam and Kate pressed their palms against the other 2 marks. Immediately, the chamber filled with warm light. Outside, they could hear shouting and the sound of equipment being moved. "They're bringing explosives," Kate said fearfully. "They're going to blow up the tower." "They cannot stop what has begun," Zrix said calmly. "Look." The walls of the chamber had become transparent, showing the forest outside. The EPL agents were running away as the light from the tower grew stronger. "What's happening?" Sam asked. "The beacon is not a weapon or an invasion tool," Zrix explained. "It is a message sender. For thousands of years, my people have watched Earth, waiting for humans to reach a certain level of development. When the right time came, the beacon would activate." "What message is it sending?" Kate asked. "The truth," Zrix replied as the light around them pulsed. "That Earth is ready to join the galactic community. That humans have evolved enough to be trusted partners." The tower trembled as Director Ward's team placed explosives around its base. "We have 2 minutes before they try to destroy it," Sam's father called from outside. "Whatever you're doing in there, hurry." "The message needs more time," Zrix said urgently. "We must complete the sequence." Sam looked at Kate, then at the central column where their hands rested. Strange symbols now glowed beneath their fingers, symbols that somehow Sam could understand. "I know what to do," he said, surprised by his own certainty. "We need to speak the words together." The symbols under their hands glowed brighter as Sam, Kate, and Drix began to speak words they somehow knew but had never learned. The language was not English or any human tongue, yet the words flowed from Sam and Kate as if they had spoken them all their lives. 1 minute until detonation. Sam's father shouted from outside. Director Ward and his men had retreated to a safe distance, the explosive timer counting down. Sam's and Kate's parents watched helplessly, held back by armed guards. Inside the crystal tower, the three friends finished the ancient message. The light around them turned from blue to gold, spreading outward in waves. The entire structure began to hum with power. "It's working," Drix said, skin shifting to a bright, joyful purple. "The beacon is at full strength now." Suddenly, the explosives outside went silent. The timer stopped. The guns in the EPL agents' hands grew too hot to hold, forcing them to drop their weapons. The golden light expanded, covering the entire clearing. When it touched Director Ward, he froze in place, his eyes wide with surprise. "What's happening to them?" Kate asked. "The beacon is sharing the truth," Drix explained. "When Lurians first visited Earth thousands of years ago, they left this technology to help humans understand when the time was right." Outside, Ward and his men stood motionless as images flowed into their minds, visions of stars, planets, and peaceful alien civilizations waiting to welcome Earth as a new friend. The light shot higher into the sky, spreading across the town, the country, and then around the world. Everywhere, people stopped what they were doing and looked up. For one brief moment, all humans shared the same vision, the truth about their place in a vast, mostly peaceful universe. "Is it mind control?" Sam asked worriedly. "No," Drix said. "Just the truth, freely given. Each person will decide what to do with it." The light faded slowly. Ward and his men lowered their weapons, many looking confused or ashamed. "We were wrong," Ward said quietly when Sam, Kate, and Drix emerged from the tower. "All these years, we thought we were protecting Earth." "You were scared," Sam's mother said. "Fear makes people do terrible things." Above them, the sky changed. Stars shifted position as something massive but invisible moved into Earth's orbit. A new light appeared, gentler, more focused, shining down on the clearing. "The Lurian Council has received our message," Drix explained. "They are sending representatives. Earth's first official contact with another world." 3 days later, Sam sat on his back porch watching the news. The world had changed forever. The revelation that aliens existed, and had been peacefully observing Earth for centuries, had caused both panic and wonder. Some people were afraid. Others were excited. Everyone had questions. "It's weird how normal things still feel," Kate said, sitting beside him with a soda. "I mean, I still have math homework due tomorrow, even though there are alien diplomats meeting with world leaders." Sam laughed. "Yeah, Mrs. Peterson said the existence of aliens doesn't change the algebra test." Drix joined them, wearing casual human clothes that looked strange with the aliens' blue-green skin. "My people are pleased," Drix said. "The council says you two will be honored on Luria someday, the human children who helped bring our worlds together." "Will you go back home soon?" Kate asked. "Not yet," Drix replied. "I am to continue as a student here. The exchange program has been expanded. Next semester, 2 human students will attend school on Luria." Sam smiled. "Let me guess. Us." "If you wish to go," Drix said, "the choice is yours." That night, Sam looked up at the stars from his bedroom window. They seemed different now, not distant points of light, but places where others lived, learned, and looked back toward Earth with curiosity. His phone buzzed with a text from Kate. "Did you decide yet?" "About going to Luria." He typed back quickly. "Yes, some adventures are too important to miss." In the sky, a new light moved slowly across the stars. the Lurian ship in orbit. Not invaders or conquerors, but visitors hoping to make friends. The alien who had walked into class and stopped cold had changed everything. And somehow, Sam thought, this was just the beginning.